Hey guys, this is Nathan with the Blog Bank. This is the part 2 of building your blog bank. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you go to my channel, go back and watch it all the way from the beginning. I'm literally doing unedited all the way through videos of just me starting out with literally nothing, getting the cheapest hosting in a domain, and then going through and hopefully by this end of this series, if I don't make any money by the time I'm done filming this, I will go back and have a post report about this later on my blog at theblogbank.com. That's also where you can take this entire free course. And don't forget to subscribe and like it. Alright, so in the last video, we just set up 3 pages. It's just going to be some themed pages that we're going to be building off of on the skeleton frame of our website. So with that said, once you have an About Me page and then 2 pages that have to do with your niche, you go over to appearance, or I'm going to talk about this for a second. So an About Me page, like I said in the last video, just make it personal, associate yourself and put yourself in your audience's shoes, just kind of relate to them and build a relationship with them that they can kind of look to you and say, okay, you know, I understand where he's coming from or where she's coming from, and just how you can basically put yourself as a stature where you've been there, done that, you've learned, or you are still learning, and that's the point of your blog, and people can follow along with you and stuff like that. So anyways, I always do an About Me page. It just helps with your rapport with your readers, so it's always a good thing to have. And then I always just do 2 or 3 themed pages, and then as I build my website, I'll add more. As I find new catchphrases, I'll go back and start a new page and then just build off of that. So we're just going to do the bare basics for right now, and we'll get into more a little later. So you should have, like, if you're doing like I keep going back to fishing. I just like fishing. It's a fun thing to do. It's what me and my buddies do when we got free time. So if you're doing let's say fishing for beginners, I'd have an About Me page. I'd have a shop for beginners fish gear or fishing gear, and then you can have tips and tricks for beginner fishers or something like that. Just anything like that, just as long as it's 3 pages, definitely an About Me, and then 2 that one kind of talks about your niche and how or what you know about it and how you can help people with it, and just kind of explain it, break it down to them a little bit so that they can get information. It should just be an informational page is all you're really looking for. And then a shop page where we're going to have a bunch of different topics that they can go into, and I'll show you how to link the shop to blog posts. So as you write blog posts, you can relate the blog posts back to your shop page, and that's where you're going to put a bunch of your affiliate products. So instead of having a bunch of blog posts that are linking outwards to a bunch of other sites, all you're doing is just pointing back into your own site. So that not only helps with your traffic and keeping people on your website, which helps your Google ranking, but it's also just more professional. It's just cleaner. So with that said, we'll go ahead and we'll go back and look at the website. So right here it still says sample page. You remember we deleted that, so if I refresh this, it's going to automatically throw that up there. But for you guys, that's probably not going to be the case. So what you want to do is go back to your dashboard, your backstage, whatever you want to call it, work panel. Go over to menus and just click menus. Now what you want to do is you can say create a menu. You can create a new menu, or you can just use main menu. So I always just like to call this main menu. And then here, I'll take you through the whole thing. So you just hit create new, or not. Yeah, actually I'm going to go ahead and do that. So create new. It's going to give you this blank thing, and then you're going to say main menu, and then you hit create menu. And then over here you're going to have your pages, you're going to have posts, custom links, and categories. And we're going to have all kinds of fun with this later on, but for right now, you just need to go to your 3 pages that you just made, click those, then hit add to menu. That way right here it'll pop up, then a custom link. We're going to do this and then just say nickelfreeme.com. Link text is going to be home, then add to menu. So we're going to put the home up front. Let's do yeah, we'll just do the shop, so we'll just leave it in that order. Hit save, and then go to manage locations, and then navigation menu. Depending on your theme, it'll be differently. Like there could be a couple of them, there could just be one. If there's just one, just do the main menu and then hit save changes. Now if you go back to your website and then hit refresh, it should hopefully, boom, do just that. So now you have your home page, you got your shop nickel free, you got your allergy, nickel allergy explain, which is just your informational, and then your about me. So if you click on these, they should just be really blank, nothing much to them. Alright, the only thing that should be in it is what you put in it. And of course your home page should automatically take you to whatever your home page is formatted for, which you can customize through the right here. You just customize that through your home page. So looking back over here, the about me page, first thing I want to do, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what this should look like. So I'm going to switch back over here, then you're going to go to pages, about me, edit, and then if you want, you can expand this to show a little bit more. Just click on that and then it'll give you all of your headings and everything. You can change the text color and all that. So I'm gonna go ahead and write out an about me page. You can actually copy what it looks like and everything, and then yeah, we'll just go off of that. So I'll save time, I'll just write it out, and then if you want to stop the video when it's done and just kind of get a look for it and see how it works and everything, go ahead and feel free to copy the format. Just don't copy the exact text and everything, because I don't want a bunch of robots just copying me. So with that said, I'll be right back. Alright, so I went ahead and just busted this out really quick. It's not perfect, it's just thrown together just to have content and to give you guys an idea of what it should look like. So here's just the bare basics. I'll give you a writing content tutorial a little later on down the training. I believe it's going to be the next lesson. You'll learn specifically on how to use the text tool and creating content and adding all kinds of stuff. But for your about me page, you just want to literally just tell them who you are, how you're related to them, give them a little background about yourself, and then you want to break up all of this content. You don't want to do more than 2 or 3 sentences per paragraph, because if you have huge blocks of just text and it just keeps going on and on and on without spaces, it's harder for people to read, and they just get bored and they don't remember it as well. If you break it into sections, it seems like they're reading a lot less. It's a lot easier to follow. No, excuse me, and they'll just remember it a lot easier. So if you want, you can pause it as I'm scrolling through this and just kind of read it a little bit and just get some ideas for it. But what I'm going to go ahead and do right now is you can click anywhere you want. I'm going to click right here, and then you say add media, and then right here, if you have like a picture of yourself or something, you can just click select files, go through your files, and then click a picture that you want, and then hit insert. So I'm going to go ahead and find a picture right now, and I'll continue on afterwards. So after you find a picture and you hit upload, it's going to pop up with this, and it's going to give you this little sidebar right here. You can just go ahead and say nickel free me about me, or you could just say nickel free and then like your name. That's whatever your name is that you're going by. You do not have to use your real name, by the way. When you're building a website, you can literally be anyone you want as long as you stick to the fuller side of the truth. You don't want to be so fake that you get caught up in lies. But if you don't want people knowing your real name and stuff like that, or finding you on social medias, which I don't see as a problem because social media can really help you out, especially if they're your friends and stuff. But if you don't want to go on that side, just use your own name or make up your own name, whatever you want. So you can add a caption to the picture, but alt text, we'll be getting into that later. This right here is going to be really important for SEO and search engines. Well, what that is search engines finding your content easier. So I'm going to go ahead and fill this out, and then you can look at it afterwards. So usually I don't do captions, but with this one, since it's about me, it's kind of personal, you know, I'm just being a little goofy, having a little fun with it. So right there, that's going to be a caption underneath it. Alignment, I want that to be on the right side of my content, and then I don't want it to link to anything, so I'm just going to leave that off, and I'm just going to say full size because I want it to be a big picture of me. And then you say insert into post, and that's a really big picture of me, so I'm going to shrink this down a bit. I'm going to say about there. It's pretty good. Align right, and then you can also move the alignment doing this. With this, you can have it in the center, you can have it over there, or you can say no alignment. You can put it anywhere you want. But I think that looks pretty good right there. So once you get a picture in, for changing text, like the color right here, say I wanted to make this black, you can highlight it, and then you just go up here, and you can just say black, and then it'll change. But I'm going to change it back to that blue. And as you're writing out a bunch of lower ones, all you have to do is just highlight something, and then you see how that A is already that color. You can just click the A, and it'll change whatever you highlight to that color. So I'm going to change that back to black. Yeah, so this right here is just a breakdown of how to do a menu, set your pages up, and then write out your About Me page. I'm going to say no slider, update. And then we'll go ahead and check this out. So right here you can hit preview changes. It's going to open you up in a new tab. And boom. So this looks a little funny just because it doesn't have like the slider or anything. And the fact that it doesn't have a sidebar, not really enjoying that, but hey, we'll work with what we got, right? So then you can go back to the editor, and yeah, so go ahead and do that now. I'm actually going to go back and see if I can't get my widgets to pop up on my sidebar. With your theme, it should automatically be set up with widgets. All you have to do for that is come over here and go to Appearance and Widgets. And what I mean by that is, so main sidebar widget area, I'm actually just going to try this right now and see if this will work. I'm just going to throw a search bar up in there, then hit save. We'll go back to my site, and I'll hit refresh. So I'm just used to widgets being on the side, so I'm thinking I'm going to go back and change the theme really quick. All you have to do is just go back to the theme settings over here in Appearance, Themes, and then if you don't like the theme you're on, you can go back and do this, and you can just push the plus and go back and find a new one. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. I'm going to knock it down to something a little bit more basic for you guys to follow along with. And I'll see you in the third video of this series. See ya.